country where you can look at somebody who has killed many people, who have kidnapped people, who have collected ransom, who have maimed people, who have turned Nigerians into living in IDP camps, and you say they have repented, and you forgive them, and you accept them. So why is Nnamdi case different?
You know, this interview will interest you to listen to. This is just the banners. You know, Nnamdi Kanu case is still the one trending now. So take your time, listen to how these two men analyze, explain the problem, what Nnamdi Kanu is facing. You know, I said, I made a video the last time. I said, this is not trial again. Nnamdi Kanu is already facing persecution. Do you understand? So I don't see what they are even charging him for. This is purely political because he's from a particular region. That's it. So take your time, listen to this video to the end, you understand. And please don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be your guy. Run out for me now. Yeah, let's go.
Of the Federation or the attorney, the AGF, can reassign that same judge to that same case if they feel the reasons tendered were not, valid enough.
I agree with you, Moses. But you see, each day this case comes up, new things come up. When the issue of her reclusing herself from the case, this didn't come up. Now we're having a new evidence to show that, deep down, there's a reason for this woman to be removed or to be allowed to excuse herself from this case. I mean, it's like saying, oh, you're holding somebody, daughter's or son hostage, so is that and you're asking that person to adjudicate a case. What do you expect?
The government might use that as leverage to influence her decision?
Well, from what has been said and from what we know, it looks like she's been held hostage. It looks like her family members are being held hostage, and then they expect her to do.
Now, what does that even say to the government of the Federation? Doesn't that give the impression that government wants to, indict this man regardless of what the case might be?
Well, it's not just about the government; it's about our judicial system. It's to show you that the Nigerian judicial system has become very compromised. The truth, the symbol of justice and fairness, no longer exists in our judicial system.
So it's not that they don't know the law, or they wouldn't want to, they don't know how to interpret it.
It's saying they don't know the law. It's just been too sarcastic. They know the law, but they don't want to follow it the way it is. And that is why I keep saying that, for me, the 1999 Constitution is an obnoxious document that needs to be shredded, because it gives you an opening here, or it indicts you here, it gives you several openings to escape. I mean, look at what's playing out in River State, for instance. The law says when you decamp to another party, you lose your seat. But the same law, now, we're talking about Nnamdi case now. Okay. The same law says, for you to do that, you must this. So it is those loopholes that politicians are holding on to.
But on the word of Nnamdi Kanu now, he said something about how the case, which was brought before him, was treasonable felony, but now it has been shifted to terrorism. So is it that Nigerian judicial don't know about it?
Have you ever gone to the police station?
And you know that IPOB, as a case may be, now the leader now a terrorist.
Have you ever been to the police station before? Pray that the police does not take you to court, because at every point in time, don't forget, Nigeria is a country where people get arrested before investigation will commence.
Okay.
So once you're already docked, they begin to look for more. They begin to find reasons for them to, pin you.
All right. Let me bring the barrister back into this conversation.
You remember, initially, when they wanted to try Nnamdi Kanu, the question of jurisdiction came in, and it's very important in a criminal trial. They said Nnamdi Kanu was saying things in UK. That was when Nnamdi Kanu said, okay, since this thing was committed in UK, then you don't have jurisdiction to try me. It was at that point the federal government now removed UK part of this matter. They removed it. They are not talking about it again. I get what I'm saying. Now they have brought it back here, and then when the lawyers raised the issue of rendition, the federal government now discovered that they are committed. And remember very well that at the appeal court, Michael Zokome, he quashed the 15 count charges against Nnamdi Kanu. It's on record. So having quashed it, the federal government now started shopping for other evidences to indict Nnamdi Kanu. When the 15 count charges you have brought before the court have been quashed, please, what else are you looking for? Michael Zekome, he quashed it in the court. Everybody saw it. The man even knelt down and prayed to God and congratulated God for helping him to overcome this hurdle. Okay. So since that time, they have been shopping from one, this thing to the other. That means the federal government is not even sure of what they are pursuing.
All right, barrister, let me stay with you. We've talked the law of it. Let's look at the politics of the whole trial of Nnamdi Kanu. There's an angle I want us to look at. If you put everything together that has happened since the rendition and the cancellation of Nnamdi Kanu, does it look like the Igbo nation has abandoned Nnamdi? We don't see governors, we don't hear governors talking about release of Nnamdi. We don't see the Igbo intelligentsia wade into it, either behind closed doors or in the open. We don't see Ohaneze. The only statement they make is quite political. Does it look like he's been abandoned by his own people?
I don't think so. Mr. Okura, I don't think so.
No, I'm just
it's just that we are following, they are pushing the Igbos to become aggressive and all that in whenever they want to, demand for anything. It's not in our culture. I know some people who would have been carrying dagger, cutlass, and gun whenever this matter come up and insisting that their son should be. It's not in our culture. That's the truth.
But essentially, I want us to look at the role of the elites, the Igbo elites.
They have done what they're supposed to do.
Like what?
They have made representation to Buhari and to Tinubu, the highest office holders in the land. They have made representation to the Attorney General of the Federation. You and I, we saw it.
We hear that the same people that go in the day go back at night and tell the president.
No, please leave that rumor.
Is it rumor?
Talk of what you can attest to.
IPOB itself has alleged that look, there are governors behind the incarceration of Nnamdi.
Did you see when they went in the night? In the law,
you can't see a night for a night. Another way. So if someone says another person went in the night,
no, Mr. Okoro, please let us leave speculation here.
Okay.
The fact remains that the Igbo intelligentsia, the Ohaneze, the Igbo World Congress and all that, they have all made representation to the federal government. What do you want them to do? Is it when they carry gun and cutlass that you not take them serious? If the federal government is a listening government, they should have done the needful before now. I told you here, it's not in our culture to be protesting, carrying gun, marching. Since independence of Nigeria, have you had the Igbo protesting and killing and destroying things?
But if it's not in the culture of the Igbos, I thought they said desperate times calls for desperate measures. Shouldn't there be some sort of desperate measures as against the sit at home that was introduced earlier? Shouldn't there be something else that would speak to the government of Nigeria to say, look, the generality of Igbo wants the release of this man?
We have spoken now. We have spoken in a loud voice. I don't know what else we want them to do. I mean, the Igbo political leaders have written documents, signed and taken to Tinubu. The lawmakers, is that not true? So when people are saying they are not doing, I don't understand. What is the government waiting for in this matter? What are they
even be doing that? Is it constitutional right for us to take that route, for us to achieve?
Anyhow you can achieve peace. That's what we are doing now. If not, from what the court have said, nobody need to talk to anybody to do the needful.
Okay, right? I want to have your reaction to that question that I asked. Especially, I want you also to factor, to consider the fact that a lot of people have said, look, a certain group of political elites, be they governors or senators or whoever, the political elites, people, office holders in Igbo land, that are the ones, behind the continuous incarceration of Nnamdi. Because according to those sources, according to people that allege, they said that, look, if Nnamdi comes out, he is going to impact negatively on their political status, ambition, and all of that. 2027 is on the table, governorship is on the table, and all of that. And recall too that a certain governor, Chukwu Masoludo, in fact, says, look, the release of Nnamdi Kanu is not going to thaw the tension in the southeast. I want to have your broad reaction to all of this.
Before I react to that, we need to be able to identify where this whole agitation starts from and where we've gotten to this point where we are now. I've always maintained that the Igbo leaders are culpable with everything that has happened in the southeast and with what Nnamdi Kanu is presently going through. And I'll tell you why. There wouldn't have been need for this agitation if our so-called leaders in the southeast, the governors, the senators, were doing the right thing. I am from the southeast. I am ashamed of my governors, every one of them. I'm ashamed at the level of lack of development in the southeast. So when we begin to talk of agitation, I have always said before now that agitating to hold the federal government responsible is one thing. But let us bring it home. Let us hold our governors accountable, because they are receiving funds every month and the people are not seeing what these funds are being used for. So that is where the problem is. Now, taking it further, have they done enough? Are they doing enough? I will say no. We are in Nigeria, you and I. We have seen how, when it comes to the north, trying to get their person out, we've seen how they go about it. Not violently, but we've seen the kind of people that come out to speak. And they don't stop speaking until they achieve something. Bring it to the southwest. We've seen it severally, where the leaders in the southwest have come together as a bloc. And then they galvanize the people to say, this is what we want. How many people in the southeast are doing it? How many? Your governors are not interested, because your governors are saying one thing here, they're doing another thing on the other side. If the governors, as we claim, have come together to say they want Nnamdi Kanu to be released, why would another governor come out to say releasing him will not be a solution? Does it not show you that the house is divided? I've always said that Senator Abaribe has been talking, but has he ever raised the issue of the release of Nnamdi Kanu on the floor of the Senate? What are we talking about? It's not for you to call a press conference after plenaries. Put it out there. No, he has never. I have never heard him talk about it on the floor of the Senate. He only talks about it after plenary. So we need to know what we want. Our leaders in the southeast have continued to disappoint us. Let us put it the way it is. And I believe they can do better. I believe they can galvanize if they are ready to speak with one voice, to appeal to God. See, the issue of Nnamdi Kanu right now has gone beyond judicial issue. Let us look at a political solution to it.
Now, talking about looking at a political solution to it, what impact does the prescription of IPOB, affirmed by the Supreme Court just the other day, have? What impact would it have on his case? Looking at a political solution to it.
Well, I will tell you.
Let's measure that side by side.
What I see playing out is give a dog a bad name to kill it, and that's what this government is doing. Because we know that it's only in Nigeria you have proscribed IPOB. Nobody in the international community has called IPOB a terrorist group. So the whole idea is, okay, if they can, like the Supreme Court has said, it's a terrorist group, the leader of that group, obviously, is a terrorist. That is what they're trying to do. So for me, I do not subscribe to that. But I'll say this, whether the Supreme Court has said this or not, Nnamdi Kanu's case should be treated as a purely political case with a political solution.
All right,
if every now and then we accept that, you saw what played out in is it Kaduna State, where the government was holding meeting with bandits and terrorists, and they were all, showcasing their, planting their gun and all of that, and nobody got arrested. Have you seen Nnamdi Kanu with a gun or even a knife? So if we have a country where you can look at somebody who has killed many people, who have kidnapped people, who have collected ransom, who have maimed people, who have turned Nigerians into living in IDP camps, and you say they have repented, and you forgive them, and you absorb them. So why is Nnamdi case different? Okay. Is it because it's agitated? Is it because of the word Biafra is coming out? We need to know.
It's interesting to know that even today, the defense headquarters made us understand that 800 surrendered the Boko Haram terrorists who are repentant are passing through the de-radicalization process. And after that, next thing we'll hear is they've been reintegrated back into the society. These are terrorist group members, and they say they are repented.
No, the funny thing, we know how this whole kidnapping thing started, especially in Lagos with Evans, the kidnapper. Now Evans is telling everybody through his lawyers that he has repented. In other words, he could be freed anytime, because that is the kind of judicial system we're applying in this country. And I keep saying, forgive and forget. Nobody's talking about the bruises. Nobody's talking about the pains. Nobody's talking about the sufferings. So how do we want to say there's going to be justice and peace when injustice has overclouded our sense of judgment?
Interesting one. That's a very, very heavy question there. How are we going to, make this whole thing? I wish that we can just sleep and wake up and find out that everything is working the way it should work. Now, Barrister Darlington, you were saying something earlier. I said that the case have not even begun, that the trial processes of Nnamdi Kanu have not started. And now with this indefinite adjournment of this case, where lies its fate? Is it that it's going to spend more time? What is really happening? What does this indefinite adjournment portend?
You see, when we are talking of tribal sentiment, one of the things that destroy a country is tribal and ethnic and religious sentiment in a very serious national issue. You and I know very well that if Tinubu have not come to power, Sunday Igbo and Shawari wouldn't have been released, because it was when he came into power, I think a month after that this thing happened. Is that not true? When Buhari was in power, of course, his kinsmen, they were having a free day. Whatever they are doing, nobody bothers and all that. Dasuki has been released. Bawa had been released, even this other guy, Al-Mustafa. So, what's it? Wadume. Just name them. It's like when my man is in power, you're like having Abraham in heaven, so you can't go to hell. So this type of thing is causing problem. It started since independence. That is why people are not happy with this amalgamation. We never see ourselves as one. Everything is tended towards religion, ethnic, and tribal sentiment. Everything we do in Nigeria today. Is that how we are going?
It's quite an unfortunate one.
Very unfortunate, seriously. I don't know why people are not looking at it. Everything has to be, where did he come from? Which religion? Which, and that thing has made Nigeria not to move forward. Are you telling me that if an Igbo man were in power today, now the Kanu will still be in detention?
That speaks to a larger problem.
That speaks
to a bigger problem of division within Nigeria.
I don't know.
Barrister, help us understand the clamor for the case to be taken to the southeast.
Yeah.
What impact do you think that will have?
Yeah, because the man felt that he's been victimized in Abuja. And the guy condition, he didn't say that the case must be taken to Abuja. No, he said if there is no other judge in Abuja that can take over his case, then let them take it to the southeast. I mean, is that not a very fair judgment of his matter? He didn't see that no, he cannot be tried in Abuja. He didn't say so. He only said if there is no other judge, then take it to the southeast. And I mean, anybody
now, going by what's been happening in the southeast, the seat at home, the unrest that has followed the seat at home. Do you think government would want to consider taking his case to the southeast?
In fact,
do you think that might create a larger problem?
The government will not consider, because any day they court, the matter is coming up. They start to be shut down. There won't be any space for people in court, even outside. If that matter is taken to the southeast, the particular state where this matter is to be tried, everybody on their own, no, not that everybody is going to induce them. They will shut down that state for that day.
Barrister, do you think that do you think that the federal government will care more for the safety of Nnamdi Kanu being tried in the southeast, or southeast being shut down? I mean, the southeast has been shut down every month for the past 3 years, and the federal government never blinked an eye. I mean, the attitude is like, if you like, stay at home, that's your business.
The thing is that even in Abuja where he's being tried, I don't think his life is being threatened.
No, that's what I'm saying. Do you think that the government will be more interested in his safety and will not take him to the southeast for trial, or because, according to you, the southeast will be shut down? I mean, the southeast has been on lockdown every month for the past 3 years.
The thing is that the federal government have to consider two factors here. One, the security situation that may arise, because definitely people will clamor, people will surge into the court and all that.
Okay, so they fear more for his safety.
Exactly, and the security agencies may not handle the crowd.
Okay,
that is one.
So it's essentially about the safety of Nnamdi. Exactly. They want him alive, not because the southeast will be shut down.
Good. So,
okay.
And even where he is now, Nnamdi Kanu has now told us that his life is being threatened.
Okay.
From what he did in court, he doesn't look like a sick man or somebody who is having health challenges.
Yes, Francis.
He was so vocal and all that.
You share the same view.
So what I think is that the federal government should not even think. Even I won't even like it.
Okay.
I won't even like it. I won't.
Prince Francis.
Well, for me, it doesn't matter where the case is tried. For me, it's the fact that he's saying he doesn't want a particular judge. And in your constitution, your 1999 constitution, he has a right to do that. And I think the right thing to do right now is to say, okay, if he doesn't agree, I mean, you can't tell me there are no other judges in the federal capital that can take care of this case, except people are scared. Or except that they are seeing something that we're not seeing. They're trying to avoid something that, like I said, maybe everybody just feels that this case, there is no case.
Okay, I think too. I think we need to clarify something. I hope I'm just correct, because he wasn't particular about South. He said former Eastern region. Could be Port Harcourt, could be Cross River, it could be Calabar, it could be Uyo, it could even be Bayelsa or Yenagoa. I think that was it.
Yeah, but the bottom line of what he's saying is that he doesn't want Nyako as the judge of his case. Period. So anywhere you feel that you have a judge that can take it, if you have somebody in Abuja, fine and good. If not, any other place, including the Southwest.
Including
the Southwest.
When you are angry,
I was just referencing his words, former Eastern region.
No, that thing does not. It doesn't need to come up, because the states have moved on, the regions have moved on. You can't go back. There is nothing like a former Eastern region where you bring South. South was under former Eastern region.
Exactly the point.
He was saying it, but maybe out of anger, whatever.
No, I don't think he said it out of anger. I know. Let us be sincere. I know where he's going. What he's trying to tell you is that his agitation for Biafra is still there. That is what he's trying to tell you that those are Biafran region, whether you like it or not. Let us not run from it.
You cannot even pursue that until Biafra become reality. Even the South people, ordinary Igbo that they gave the chairman to somebody from River. Look at the hoopla concert. So you cannot force the people of the South into Southeast as of today. I think you are miscontextualizing the whole thing that I said, or what Nnamdi said. Nnamdi is not trying to recreate the Eastern region. He said, if you can't try me if you can't find another judge in Abuja, take me to any part of the former Eastern region. No. You can't say that. There is nothing like that now, as of today. He may have said it. Is there no former Eastern region?
There is.
That's the point. Yes, there is. He's not trying to recreate it. He said, take me to any of the place in the former. He didn't say take me to Eastern region.
There is nothing like former, because the former Eastern region included South and Southeast. That's what we're operating today, as of today. That is the nomenclature.
All right then.
So if you are saying former, where is that former Eastern region? Where is it today? Where is it? You can't name them now. You can't.
All right then. Well,
that's why when I listen to everybody speak, analyze, I like this guy analysis, Mr. Darlington. He will tell you, and the other guy too. Yes, that's it. When somebody said the Igbos are not speaking for Nnamdi Kanu, or they don't even want him released, or one reason or the other, sometimes these people are just they just want the Igbo to come and be. That is not in our nature, in their nature, to cause problem, riot, violence, unlike other regions do every time. Do you understand? We believe in using mouth to talk, but when we use mouth to talk, our talk they carry weight. You don't understand? But I know serious situations need serious solutions. The desperate situations also need desperate solutions. And that's why people are saying the Igbos, they don't need to go and carry cutlass, carry guns. to go and carry gun, riot to go and, I mean, are they going to buy everybody at that detention to release this man out, or how? I know it's not so. But they are just looking for a way for Igbos to come and be causing. No. We believe in peace, unity, doing things right, not like others region. And this is political. If truly say, for you to know, Nnamdi Kanu have no case to answer. He has no case. They are not charged. Everything they charged him for from the beginning, all those things had been charged. Like that one said, Michael Zekome, we could remember when they caged or they celebrated that time, that Nnamdi Kanu will be released. That everything they charged him for, they won the case. Michael Zekome, you know that man, brilliant lawyer. Celebrated. They surprised Tioti today. Nnamdi Kanu is still there. What are they charging him for? Every day they are going for to the market to buy everything, sourcing for different different things to accuse him of. A country where we see other regions are doing this, repented Boko Haram being given everything, recruit them into our security system, give them, rehabilitate them, everything. What this man, what has he done? Nnamdi Kanu, if we have a Igbo's president, Nnamdi Kanu would have been in detention by now. That is to see, that one will use his power to release him, not the law, because there is no law. There's no law when it comes to law again. Not those things they are accusing him for, nothing. Anyways, he just continued to talk. Yes, he's just continued to talk. And that through that talk, definitely Nnamdi Kanu will be released one day. Leaving there, he not solve the problem until you release him. Now when the Yorubas and all of them, yeah, he will be released one day. Now or later, it's just a matter of time. Anyways, please share this video. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be your guy. Run out for me now.